Take you straight to the press conference of Delhi Police on TTV Dinakaran. Listen in to what the DCP is saying.
In case FIR number 56/17 of Police Station Crime Branch, Delhi Police, in which earlier Sukesh Chandrasekhar was arrested with the bribe money of 1.3 crores. Yesterday, Shri TTV Dinakaran and his associate Shri Malika Arjun has been arrested. Shri Dinakaran has been arrested on charges of attempting to bribe officials of Election Commission to get favorable order in his petition for two-leaf election symbol, which is covered under Section 8 of Prevention of Corruption Act. He has also been arrested for arranging money for the said deal from undisclosed sources and getting this money transferred through illegal channels from Chennai to Delhi. Shri Malika Arjun has been arrested for assisting Shri Dinakaran for transfer of this money from Chennai to Delhi. क्राइम ब्रांच की FIR नंबर 56/17, जिसमें पहले सुकेश चंद्रशेखर को 1 करोड़ 30 लाख रुपए के साथ गिरफ्तार किया गया था, उसमें कल रात को श्री TTV दिनाकरन को सेक्शन 8 ऑफ प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन एक्ट की धारा के अंदर गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है। उनके साथ उनके एसोसिएट मलिका अर्जुन को भी गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है। श्री दिनाकरन के ऊपर चार्जेस हैं कि उन्होंने इलेक्शन कमीशन को ब्राइब करने के लिए, रिश्वत देने के लिए अनडिस्क्लोज सोर्सेज द्वारा मनी इलीगल चैनल से चेन्नई से दिल्ली भेजा एवं उन्होंने अपनी इलेक्शन कमीशन में जो पिटीशन पेंडिंग थी उसमें फेवरेबल ऑर्डर लेने के लिए ब्राइब करने की कोशिश की। उनके एसोसिएट मलिका अर्जुन पर चार्जेस हैं कि उन्होंने ये ब्राइब अमाउंट चेन्नई से दिल्ली इलीगल चैनल द्वारा उनकी साथ काम करके ट्रांसफ़र की। दोनों को आज 30,000 कोर्ट में प्रोड्यूस किया जा रहा है और दिल्ली पुलिस इसमें और एविडेंसेस जुटाने के लिए और इंक्रिमिनेटिंग मटेरियल रिकवर करने के लिए इनकी प्रोडक्शन रिमांड की रिक्वेस्ट कोर्ट को कर रही है।
सर, कितने दिन का हुआ इसका प्रोडक्शन रिमांड?
अभी इट इज इन कोर्ट।
So what is the role of EC officials, because that has been an allegation that Sukesh Chandrasekhar claimed that he knew few EC officials and who could have swung the deal in favor of Dinakaran?
That is being verified. मलिका श्री दिनाकरन और मलिका अर्जुन पहले ही इनको पहले नोटिस दिया गया। इनको लगभग इनसे चौथे दिन पूछताछ की गई। पूछताछ के दौरान एविडेंसेस जुटाने के बाद इनको क्राइम ब्रांच ऑफिस से ही गिरफ्तार किया गया।
Sir, also apart from Malika Arjun and TTV Dinakaran, Janathan was also called for questioning and he was also subjected to long hours of questioning. उसका रोल अभी तक कुछ आइडेंटिफाई नहीं हुआ है या he has not been arrested? Why?
So far he has not been arrested and both the accused which have been arrested so far were arrested after gathering evidences against them.
Sir, also is it true that Janathan has agreed to be the witness in the case?
We cannot comment on it at this stage. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Let me now go across to my colleague Shalini Lobo, who's joining me from outside the 30,000 court where TTV Dinakaran was produced by the Delhi police. Shalini, what's the latest? How much, for how long? What's the period of custody that Delhi police requires of TTV Dinakaran? And what are the arguments going inside the court right now?
Well, Ankit, it's a closed hearing. The media was asked to leave the courtroom as soon as TTV was presented before the court. The media is all waiting outside eagerly for the same questions that you just asked. But what we know as of now is that the Delhi police has sought a 1-week custodial remand of TTV Dinakaran. They're asking for 7 days, saying that they have to investigate further, they have to interrogate him further, and they want to take him to Chennai, Bangalore and Kochi to track the money trail, how he used illegal ways, which were the Hawala traders, how was this money moving from one Hawala trader to the other, the undisclosed sources of this money. They want to track all this, and for that they need TTV Dinakaran for 1 week with them. But however, the defense has put forward a bail plea on health grounds. Now TTV Dinakaran, the first day, when I've seen him from the time he was in Chennai all the way till when he came to Delhi, and when he left Chennai, he was this cool, composed personality, the businessman that he was. Whereas yesterday night, day before yesterday night, after intense interrogation, even a while back when he was produced at the 30 Hazari court, he looked tired. The man looked stressed. He looked very tired. He, however, does appear composed, but yes, you can definitely see the fatigue on his face. Now, the Delhi police has sought for 7 days more custodial remand, but how many days will be granted to him, that's yet to be known. Ankit.
Shalini, also if you could tell us, like, you said that he looked tired. There is, of course, a consequence of whatever is happening in Delhi that will be played out in Chennai as well. But his family members were also here. We just heard the DCP. He was giving a briefing on the case and the sections against TTV Dinakaran. Was he able to meet his family? Apart from being tired, of course, he must be completely demoralized at this point of time.
Well, this was a man with a lot of political ambitions. He was banking on winning the RK Nagar by-polls in Chennai, and he thought he would be chief minister. But unfortunately for him, the by-polls were called off, and one corruption charge against the other was slapped on him. Now, a while back today, his family did come to the crime branch at Chanakyapuri, did spend a lot of time. But however, we still don't know whether they managed to meet him there or not. It was all behind closed doors. The media not allowed to go anywhere near the crime branch gate. We were all asked to stay outside on the main road around 200 meters away from the crime branch. Everything kept behind closed doors. The media unaware of what's happening. The little bits of information we get is only when the ACP comes out, or if he has sources inside. That's the only time we get information. But otherwise, this is a case where they're trying to keep everything under closed doors. Ankit.
All right, Shalini, just stay on with me. We are getting a breaking news related to this story. Let's just take our viewers through that. In fact, the police... this is the Dinakaran case update. The police have no solid ground. This is what we are hearing. The defense, as of now, arguing inside the 30 Hazari court. They are saying the police have no solid grounds for custody. They do not have telephonic evidence. Villa-Paw's lawyer, Dinakaran, Villa-Paw is a lawyer of Dinakaran, and he has said that the police should specify their evidence. They do not have any They have not cited any ruling of the Supreme Court regarding police custody. The order is being awaited on Dinakaran. Remember, Delhi police is asking for police custody of Dinakaran. He already has been questioned for the last 4 days. And now the defense is trying to argue in favor of Dinakaran, trying to, in fact, get him in judicial custody rather than police custody. Let me just go back to Shalini once more quickly. Shalini, the defense now putting out their side of the story. They are saying the police does not have any specific evidence. They do not have telephonic evidence as well. The Delhi police on the other side has been continuously saying that they have enough evidence to nail TTV Dinakaran. If you could take us through what the Delhi police evidence so far has been.
So the Delhi police from April 16th has maintained the same ground. The day they picked up Sukesh Chandrasekhar from a luxury hotel in the national capital, have been maintaining the same ground, that they have evidence that incriminates TTV Dinakaran's name, and that's why his name was mentioned in the FIR. What sources from the Delhi police, and in fact the Delhi police officials even confirmed this, is that they have telephonic evidence. However, that has not been made public yet, nor has it been produced before court. But they say that they have telephonic evidence, phone conversations between Sukesh Chandrasekhar and TTV Dinakaran. And in fact, they even said that TTV Dinakaran had confessed to them during the interrogation sessions, saying that he did meet Sukesh Chandrasekhar, but thinking he was a High Court judge. He did not know that he was a con man. This is what the Delhi police claim. They even say that the money that went through and reached Sukesh Chandrasekhar was handed off, was directly transferred from TTV Dinakaran, went through Hawala traders from Chennai to Cochin, from Cochin to Chandni Chowk in the national capital, and from Chandni Chowk it later went to Sukesh. They even found one of the Hawala traders, Shah Faisal, who has also said that yes, the money did come from Chennai and he himself handed it over in Delhi.
Okay.
Now, all this is what the Delhi police has been stacking against TTV Dinakaran. This is what they've been saying since April 16th, Ankit.
Shalini, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. In fact, let me now just go across to my colleague Akshaya, who is joining me from Chennai. Akshaya, coming to you, what are the political repercussions of TTV Dinakaran's arrest there in Chennai? Of course, his family, the Maraguri clan, Sasikala and her entire family has been sidelined. What would this mean further for TTV Dinakaran?
Well, Ankit, we know that the two factions of the AIADMK, the EPS and the OPS faction, have already started talks on the merger, and the demands that the OPS faction had was one, that Sasikala and the Manargudi family should be completely out of the party, and the only person who was actively involved here was TTV Dinakaran. He was the Deputy General Secretary and he was made the guard of honor for AIADMK as soon as Sasikala had to move to the Bangalore court. We know that for a fact now that the Manargudi family have been sidelined completely, and today morning we were witness to that as well, where the AIADMK headquarters was completely revamped. All the Sasikala banners were removed, all the banners of TTV Dinakaran was removed, and now only Jayalalitha's posters are there. So one thing that is very clear now is that the Manargudi family is completely sidelined. We know that Sasikala Natarajan is behind the bars, Ilavarasi is behind the bars, and now TTV Dinakaran is also facing a huge problem in Delhi based on the bribery accusation that is going on.
Okay.
And moreover, we are seeing that with the merger of both the factions of the AIADMK, this part of the faction will be completely sidelined, and we will see a completely different AIADMK in the leadership of either OPS or EPS. Back to you, Ankit.
Akshay, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. At this point of time, we're slipping into a very short break. We'll get you more political reactions on this developing story.